In this section of the tutorial, I will cover 50 tips and tricks on how to use Windows 10. This is going to be subdivided into 5 tips every video. So be sure to stay tuned to watch each and every one of it so that you can enhance your experience in the use of Windows 10. Hi everyone, I am Dr. Rashid and welcome back to Epic Mentorship. If you are new here, consider liking and subscribing to our channel to keep enjoying related useful videos from this channel. For you today, 5 tips and tricks. Let's get started.
Tip number 1 is virtual windows. It's now possible to create virtual windows within Windows 10 for people who are interested to display different screen or different desktop on different screens. So to create a virtual windows, all you need to do is to come down here to this task view and click on it, and at the top of it you can see the create a new desktop. You create to create a new desktop 1, desktop 2, and you can add more to create multiple desktop that you can work independently on them. I would like to move this particular browser into this second desktop, and it just moves just like that. And I would like to move my recording maybe my Camtasia to desktop 3, and it just moves just like that. And this particular sticky note into desktop 4, and it just moves just like that. All right, so this is my first desktop. So you can navigate around accordingly. You can move and say this is my first desktop, and I can see this is my first desktop. And if you want to go to the subsequent desktop, hold down the Windows plus tab to open the existing desktops, and you can move to the next one. This is desktop 2, and you can go to desktop 3 just like that. You can go to desktop 3, and you can see what you have in desktop 3 is usually this and my recording. So you can move to desktop 4 if you want. And what we have in desktop 4, only this, and we can move backwards just like that to desktop 1. What do we have in desktop 1? Usually all what we have in the other desktops are located in desktop 1. Virtual desktop is a very interesting feature in Windows 10 that you can use to navigate between sections or to navigate between a series of desktops if you don't want to use more than one monitor. And if you want to close down all the virtual desktops, all you need to do is still come down to the task view and still go back to those desktops and X them out. Over here you can X them out, and then everything will come back to the main desktop. This is the main desktop, so everything will be on desktop 1, which is the main desktop for you. Tip number 2 is Windows switch. It's now possible to move between windows or to open series of windows just by mere holding down the Windows key and hitting 1 to open the first window on your taskbar, hitting 2 to open the second window, hitting 3 to open the third window, and you can close them down by hitting on the same number to close it down directly. So it's a very easy to use and quick shortcut to access some of your tabs in the taskbar that you have. Tip number 3 is storage sense. Windows 10 has brought in a storage sense feature that the computer can be able to monitor the storage within it and give you reports at some certain time on what is getting stored and how your hard disk is getting filled up over time, and whether you need to free up some spaces. You can set all these for the computer to give you alert at any given time. So for example, to enable the storage sense, all you need to do is to come down to Windows and go straight to settings and straight down to systems and coming down here to storage. So make sure this storage setting is enabled, and you can see just now that it gives you an overview of your storage, how it is being used on the computer, and you can see that we have some temporary files here and others. So you can see where and who and which app is using most of your storage. And then you can do configure storage sense right now from here, and you will be able to set some settings as regards the report of the storage within the system. For example, you can ask it to report when there is low disk space, or you can say every week or every day or every month should give you this particular report, or should delete temporary files that are within 30 days or never to delete. Once you set it right accordingly to delete temporary files and all this, you can just come over here and say clear now. You can use this feature to monitor the storage within your drive, or to know when to kind of delete your files. If you can access any of them, you can see the content. For example, the temporary files, you can access them and you can see how they are being distributed within the drive, and you can select and delete them accordingly. You can select all, just hit remove, and it will remove the files directly. So Windows Sense is very useful for you to have continuous monitoring of what is happening within your system as regards to storage. Tip number 4 is startup programs. It is now possible for you to access or to check based on the number of startups or programs that are running on your system, which one is taking much of your system performance, or which one is taking more of your system storage and all. You can see and view the performance of your system from the system menu, and right click and you have the task manager. So from the task manager, you just open and you can have an idea on which of these applications that are opened that is using most of your performance. And you can see based on this, you can see here you can have startup programs and which one is actually running and which is not. So it's very easy to monitor the performance. You can see the performance of your system, how the memory is being consumed and what is consuming it. You can come to process down here and you see memory usage as well as the disk spacing, so and other parameters like the GPU and the network as well as the CPU performance usage by these particular apps. You can be able to monitor which one is taking much of the performance and you can disable it accordingly. You can do even the disabling from here. You can come to select any of the apps that you are not so keen to use or that is causing trouble for your system, and you can click on it and say end the task and it will disable it just like that. Tip number 5 is keyboard shortcut keys. Windows 10 has provided a series of shortcut keys that one can use to actually navigate between the windows or between the programs in a very much easier way. For example, one can hold the Windows key and D to hide all the icons and just bring it back to the desktop, and you can do the same to bring them back. The Alt key plus Tab to open up the series of windows that are available, and you can navigate to anyone. If you want to open any of them, you can just stop at that particular one and it will just open it just like that. You can hit the Windows key and E to open the file explorer. Alt F4 to close any tab. For example, you can hit on Alt F4 to close on this tab and Alt F4 to close on the main tab. You can use Alt F4 to close any tab. You can use the Windows key plus M to minimize all the windows. Windows key plus M to minimize all the windows. Windows key to snap to the left, right, or to the center, as the case may be. Windows and the plus key to zoom in, and Windows and the minus key to zoom out. You can select any item and press F2 to rename it. And while you are on any tab, be it Microsoft Word or be it any browser, you press Ctrl N to open a new tab. So these are some of the key shortcut keys that you can use in Windows 10 to be able to fast track your work while you navigate across the programs.
Alright guys, I hope you have enjoyed these 5 tips and tricks. If you do, kindly feel free to share with your friends. And don't forget to watch out for the remaining tips and tricks that I share in this particular series. And remember to hit the like and subscribe button to stay connected to this channel for more of our useful videos. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.